I was actually on Coruscant when it all went down. I got sent back there after the Battle of Mustafar to be awarded my Republic Seal of Service medal. The Star of Coruscant, specifically. It was originally supposed to be presented by the Chancellor himself, but he was apparently occupied with important business, and so St. Pistage did the honours instead for myself and a selection of other recipients. I was stood at the end of the line, and when he got to me, he paused and inspected the medallion for a moment. He smiled a curious sort of smile, though there wasn't any humour in those sunken eyes of his. "The last one," he remarked, strangely, I thought at the time. Then he placed it around my neck and moved on. I spent the rest of the day visiting some of my old haunts around the capital, including that old cantina in Uskru district that I'd stumbled out of the day we invaded Geonosis. It was filled with off-duty clones now. I didn't end up staying very long. Later that evening, I was at Admiral Dodonna's official residence for dinner by his invitation, along with a few other familiar faces. He might have been banished to relative obscurity back here at the capital, but he was certainly well catered for on his salary. The main window had a superb view of the city skyline at sunset, and although you could quickly get used to it if you spent enough time in the capital's spires, I do remember it being particularly breathtaking that evening. It was some time after nightfall, I think, that we started to notice something strange was going on. Outside, we could hear the roar of Lat gunships, far more frequent than usual, and in much larger numbers. We collectively ignored it at first, and then it slowly became impossible not to. The drinking and smoking stopped. People started making calls. Then there came a curfew warning on the building's security system, and not long after that, every commissioned officer in the room simultaneously received a Priority 1 general alert on his communicator. That's when we really knew something was up. We hadn't got one of those since the day war was declared. There was a boom from outside, and any other night I might have mistaken it for thunder. From down the hall, someone cried out, "I say, chaps, come and have a look at this." In moments, several captains, a few commodores and the admiral were all crammed into the latter's tiny bathroom, jackboots squeaking on the marble tiles as we peered out of the small window. It had a decent view from the opposite side of the building. In the distance, we could see the Jedi Temple, haloed in searchlights from gunships, blue tracers dancing around it like a concert show. An occasional explosion blossomed and faded, the delayed boom reaching us moments later over the distance. Silence reigned in the bathroom. Then the Admiral stepped out into the corridor. I didn't hear what he was yelling into his communicator exactly. I was far too distracted by the ongoing spectacle, but he didn't sound pleased. There was a long pause, and then he lowered his tone, and eventually the call ended. He came back in, and everyone turned to him, waiting for the inevitable explanation. "Contingency Order 66, he said, simply. Everyone, myself included, remained impassive, not having the foggiest idea what the Admiral meant by this, but also not wanting to admit it. Putting us out of our misery, he elaborated by explaining there'd been an attempted coup. The Chancellor had been attacked, but was alive, although grievously wounded, and the Jedi were involved to some degree. He didn't have any more details than that at the moment. The army was playing its cards very close to its chest while things were unfolding, apparently, and didn't care to share any details with us. After a little while, we all filed out, back into the dining room. Most left the building. Some stayed, silently imbibing a few last drinks in complete silence, either scrolling through data pads of documents relating to Order 66, trying to find out more, or just staring blankly into space. I don't think anybody really knew what to say after the initial excitement. I also think everyone was a little afraid to express an opinion. I knew there were some in the room for whom there was no love lost between them and the Jedi, while for others, like the Admiral, the opposite was true. Was there any anger? Any rebellious thoughts? Private suspicions? possibly. Me, personally, I just drank up the last of my Saliston Red and went home. The one thing I knew for certain was that it would be an early start tomorrow, and with the mother of all briefings to follow. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Let's Play Empire at War, Fall of the Republic, where the Republic still hasn't actually fallen just yet. In the meantime, we are confronting one of the largest fleets I've ever seen in this game, here at Balamac. 13 Provenance Dreadnoughts, 4 Bulwarks, 2 Lucahulks. There used to be 3, but there's only 2 now because they used one of them to try and attack Contrum off camera, and I managed to intercept it with Tarkin. It was an absolute massacre because they only brought along, like, I think a couple of Providence Dreadnoughts and the Lucahulk, and he just swarmed it and destroyed them all with, like, no casualties. So that siphoned off a little bit of it. But they do still have a subjugator there as well. And dealing with this is going to be an issue, and I've been sitting here and I've been having a think about how exactly I'm going to try and tackle this. Now, for one thing, I've given Tarkin the Mandator 2. I'm also going to give him the Praetor that's currently in production as well. He's going to have both. He's also going to have any and all subsequent quad drive yard ships that come his way as well. I imagine potentially the next one might be a Secutor, because we've had the other 2 already. But he's going to get all of the incoming quad drive yard ships. And the thing we need to do, I think, really is try and attack in locations where the enemy is weaker. I've sent a scout probe up to Boz Pity, and I have discovered that, yep, a fleet here is nowhere near as nasty. They've got 1 Providence Dreadnought, 3 Recusants, 2 Munificents, and a hard cell missile ship. Easy meat for us, really. So, which is why I'm going to send Peleon up there to go and take Boz Pity. At least take the orbit of Boz Pity. They have an ion cannon down there, so I need to move the army into position before we do it. Because they need to assault the surface. Oh, hello. Things are happening. I need them to assault the surface before, before the ion cannon has a chance to start deleting ships in orbit. But I want to attack Boz Pity while it's weak. And I'm hoping that maybe in the process of taking Boz Pity and then maybe Bimisari after that, Roche Asteroids, we can try and draw this fleet out in different directions as they break it off to send bits elsewhere to attack. Potentially, maybe. And therefore make the job easier. But if that doesn't happen, if the AI sticks to its guns and stubbornly remains with the vast majority of it on Balamac in defensive mode, I think what we'll have to do is sort of make it essentially a series of hit-and-run attacks, because the biggest problem we're going to have, I think, is being swarmed by fighters. There's going to be a separatist fighter death ball that just grows and grows and grows over the course of the battle, because not only have we got a pair of Lucahulks to contend with, we've got Bulwarks, we've got a Subjugator, and we've got 13 Providence Dreadnoughts. And Providence Dreadnoughts kick out a lot of fighters. It's easy to underestimate it compared to the absolute massive amount of spam the Lucahulk carriers can put out, but the Providence Dreadnoughts also put out a lot of fighters, so I think what we need to do is basically make a bunch of hit-and-run attacks. We get in there, we destroy a few ships, we leave, in order to avoid the gradual accumulation of so many blue fighters that they're just wiping out my ships with space bombs and missiles. I think that's what we need to do. That's kind of my plan of attack there, essentially, but we need to sort of move around them a bit first before I'm really willing to go dive in there. We've got a Praetor that's 99% done. That's going to be going straight to him. That will certainly help. When I do make an attack, I think in stage 1 of the fight, I'll bring in the Praetor first. I'm keen to not lose the Mandator 2 because it is unique. We don't get another one if it dies. So I'm keen to not use it until sort of the later stage of the battle, where we're like properly fully committed. That's when we bring in the Mandator 2 and we let it clean house, hopefully. That's what I'm thinking anyway. It takes up so much pop cap, unfortunately. We might have to let a lot of our fleet die in order to be able to bring it in, potentially. It's sort of there's a weird logistical issue with it there. But because it's unique, I can't just throw it in straight away to begin with. I mean, I could, but I just got to make sure that we retreat pretty much as soon as it looks like it's going to start losing shields. That's the alternative way to do it, really. But anyway, a thing was happening here. He just said something about Master Windu. I wasn't expected to see you, blah, 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 blah.
All crew accounted for.
Mace Windu. In the name of the Galactic Senate of the Republic, you are under arrest, Chancellor. Oh my god, it's happening. .jpg. Are you threatening me, Master Jedi? The Senate will decide your fate. I am the Senate. Here we go. Okay, it's happening. Not yet, he says. Well, it's treason then. Here we go. Okay, it's happening. Brilliant. Empire stuff is happening. Palpatine's going to seize power. Hopefully to help him deal with this monstrosity over here. This is why he needs... Oh, placeholder. Oh, dear. Battle between Sidious and Jedi Masters. Anakin arrives. If you've watched the films, you know how this goes. I am your pathway to power. I have the power to save the one you love. You must choose. You must stop him. Don't listen to him, Anakin. Enemy fleet is about to invade Gravlex Med. You better not friggin' interrupt the sequence of events here with your bullshit AI. They're totally going to, aren't they? They are absolutely going to. In fact... Fuck it, I'm going to auto-resolve. If they attack Gravlex Med, I'm going to auto-resolve. I'm fed up of dealing with it. I'm not having this interrupted. This is cool. Power! Unlimited power! Love it. What have I done? Oh, let's move you over here. You are fulfilling your destiny, Anakin. Become my apprentice. Learn to use the dark side of the Force. I pledge myself to your teachings, to the ways of the Sith. Good, good. The Force is strong with you. A powerful Sith you will become. Oh my god, it's happening. Right, so here's a fun thing I want to mention. I think they might already be all gone, although for a brief moment in time here, we've got Anakin and Darth Vader at the same time. It's a fun thing that the mod creators did. Apparently, the Jedi characters, they all die in the correct order. As they are supposed to do with Order 66. It happened so fast we didn't get to see it there, but apparently they do all die in the correct order, which is hilarious. Anyway, yes. Arise, Darth Vader. Darth Vader. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is happened/happening. We have Darth Sidious over here. We have Darth Vader. We have this guy. This guy, whoever he is. You'll notice all the Jedi have gone. Yeah, Anakin's been deleted now. We still keep Rex, and apparently the reason we keep Rex is because the final season of the Clone Wars TV show hadn't been out yet by the time they made the mod. So Rex, we do actually get to keep as the Imperials, which is kind of funny. But, yeah. It's happened. Ladies and gentlemen, we are the Empire, and fuck you, auto-resolve. Yeah, they won. They lost a bunch of stuff, and we lost Gravlex Med, and boohoo. Oh dear, how sad. Never mind. So this guy's Admiral Moline. He's a Tier 5 space commander. He has an ISD, nice. We have Darth Vader. He doesn't command a Star Destroyer, which makes me very sad. But we have a Darth Vader. And we, of course, have Emperor Palpatine. I'm gonna pop him... Actually, where should we put Palpatine? I mean, really, he ought to be on Coruscant, I suppose. But... I half a mind to pop him down somewhere like Rendili. Or maybe Quad. I don't know if his bonus stacks. Should we put him on Quad? Should we try and put him on Quad and see what happens?
Very well.
Very well. Excellent. Alright, Vader. My man. You need to go down here. Kenobi was going to spearhead that particular assault on Boz Pity. I guess now it's going to be Lord Vader's job. Oh, I'm going to enjoy this. Alright, we got some capital ships done as well. Alright.
Preparing for jump. 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 Preparing for jump.
The Republic is no more. Long live the Empire. And now we've got some separatist scum to deal with. Oh, and as promised, I think I'll set up a labor camp on Kashyyyk. Actually, I don't think I can. I don't have enough free building slots there. I'll set one up on Quat though. I do seem to recall that being something I was going to do. So, oh dear Lord, come on, game, get it together. All right, folks, I'll be back when the game has finished sorting its life out. All right, we're ready to launch our attack on Boz Pity, I believe. Their fleet there is still pretty weak. In fact, it's gotten weaker. They've moved a Providence Dreadnought out of there to somewhere else. We're ready to go, though. Peleon's fleet and Lord Vader with the ground troops. They are both ready to move out, and we're going to do so pretty much immediately. Little bit of a reshuffle of things over here. I'm building a new army in the core. I'm building a new Imperial army, lots of clone troopers, lots of what will now be Imperial commandos. Building a factory on Foros so I can start building some ground units there as well. And I'm going to use them to take Corsin, because Corsin's looking kind of tasty at the moment. Zinj should be able to take it. Problem is, Corsin has an ion cannon, so Zinj can't just take it and then sit in orbit while I bring up ground troops, because the main army is needed over here. So that's going to happen. Anything else to report over here? We've got another Tector class Star Destroyer. We've got another Tector that's now under Tarkin's command. He has got his extra Praetor. I'm building 2 more. I moved the Emperor to Decanemoidia to take advantage of the fact that him being there reduces a Praetor Mark 1 to 12,000 credits instead of 15,000 credits, I think it is normally. Possibly more. Unfortunately, his bonus doesn't stack with the Quat Drive Yards one. I tried that first, and then sadly, no. So I'm actually building a Praetor on Quat, and I'm building another one on Decanemoidia right now, in addition to Venators on Corellia, Victory 2s on Rendili, and I'm also building a labor camp on Quat, and I'm building a labor camp on Corellia as well to try and get stuff built faster and cheaper. I think does it make it cheaper, or does it just get built faster with a labor camp? Yeah, no, it makes it build quicker. Okay, good to know. We're not going to be enslaving the Wookiees just yet, I'm afraid, because I need all of the base defense buildings right now. Wookiee enslavement will come later, everybody. Oh dear. Anyway, I sent a scout probe to Roche Asteroids, where the Separatists have a tactical droid, minor hero, and a Luca Hulk, apparently, along with a smattering of a few other units. I'm just trying to get a shape of what the Separatists have to play with at the moment, really. I'm doing lots of recon. But here we are. We are the Empire now. In this alternative telling of the Clone Wars, I suppose. Yeah. The Separatists aren't quite as dead and beaten as they were in the movies, as we rise to the Empire here. It works for me, though. It feels like, Palpatine actually has an excuse for emergency powers when you consider what we're facing off against over here. Now, that's interesting. Balamak is suddenly looking a lot less defended. I mean, I say a lot less. They've managed to get up to 20 Providence Dreadnoughts there now. But they've moved the Subjugator somewhere else. I wonder where that somewhere else is. I suspect losing Gravlex Med will have changed the enemy's tactics a little bit. I'm a little concerned as to where it might be going, honestly. Interesting. We've obviously got a ground force ready to go over at Balamak as well. It's not at Roche Asteroids. It's not at Boz Pity. I'm going to... This is risky. We're going to want to withdraw here if it turns out the Subjugator has arrived while we're on our way over there. But I'm going to send Peleon on his attack towards Boz Pity now. We've got more being built over here. That's going to go to Tarkin. Building his Death Ball fleet. Continuing to build it. And not much else to report for now. Kind of waiting on more Quat Drive Yard ships. I'd really like a Secutor if possible. Tector's not bad. Would really like a Secutor though. honestly. Should we have a look at the thing for the tech tour? Slightly more hull and shields than an ISD. 14 medium turbo lasers, 2 light turbo lasers, 3 medium laser cannons, 1 assault concussion missile, 1 concussion missile. It doesn't have any ion cannons, interestingly, unlike the ISD. It just has a huge bucket of turbo lasers, and it obviously doesn't have any fighters either. I'm not... I mean, I have to see it in action, but I'm not sold on the tech tour versus the ISD. I think the ISD is the superior choice in Fall of the Republic. Where, yes, the Republic has at last fallen. Hurrah! I can't wait to use Vader in a land battle, honestly. That's the one thing I'm seriously looking forward to. Although I don't know if I want him actually in the friggin' lead slot there. But, yes. I'm looking forward to playing with Vader. I can't believe he's only a Tier 4 land space commander. That, I feel like he's a little shortchanged there. Tier 3 at least, guys, come on. I can understand maybe not making him Tier 2 or 1, because, you know, he's less of an awesome commander and more of just a human battering ram, but, you know, still, come on, Tier 4 seems a bit weak sauce. But okay, whatever. I mean, Tarkin seems to be smarter at him when it comes to command. Like, significantly, he's a Tier 2. That just doesn't seem right somehow. Never mind. Never mind, this guy's a Tier 5. I mean, Pelion is a better commander than Vader. Let's put it that way. Pelion's a Tier 3. Vader's a Tier 4. Does that seem right to you? It doesn't seem right to me. But whatever, okay. I'm sure the mod makers have their reasons. Pelion, for those not in the know, he's basically Admiral Thrawn's sidekick. That's essentially what he is. He's the Starscream to Admiral Thrawn's Megatron, you know? I mean, not quite, not really. I mean, I understand that he goes on to do some more interesting stuff later in the expanded universe, but as he originally appeared in the Heir to the Empire novel, he was pretty much just Thrawn's sidekick. He was the, perhaps not Starscream. Let's be a bit more generous and say he was the Dr. Watson to Thrawn's Sherlock Holmes. Oh, good. More pauses. Lovely. Love to see it. By which I mean hate to see it. Enemy fleet is bound to evade Contrum, huh? Contrum again, eh? As soon as the game stops fucking around, I'm gonna send Tarkin to go intercept them, I think. Whenever you're bloody ready. Whatever. I'll be back, guys. Alright, the Battle of Boz Pity is about to go underway. They do have an ion cannon down there, but their fleet in orbit is not very impressive. They do have some ground units in orbit as well that were presumably on their way to go and attack something somewhere. Delighted to be able to put a stop to that, frankly. I realise we only have one Pelter support ship. We should probably get more of those. As you can see, Pelion's fleet is no slouch. He's got a Praetor. He's got a pile of other ships. It's not the greatest fleet out there, but it's also not bad. It's a bit lacking in the actual quantity of capital ships department, but he does have 9 dreadnoughts, which is kind of nice, admittedly, and a big pile of acclimators as well. Carax, all that other stuff. Let's do this. Let us do this. Main thing we want to do is get a support pelter down so that they don't go running away.
Choose your reinforcements.
We'll go ahead and deploy it right there.
To choose a larger ship.
I copy that. This is it. Right, sir. Woohoo! I copy that.
Making the jump to light speed.
This is it. Right, sir.
These guys in here. Get a couple of regular pelters for anti-fighter, I think. Get Carax.
Accelerating now. Moving into positions on your command. Setting a course. Accelerating.
A slightly weird fleet on this one, I think. I'm
As you wish, Commander.
go in on dreadnoughts as well.
Closing on the target. On my way, Commander.
Ion cannons, of course.
As you wish, Commander.
We'll get Pelion in right at the back here.
As you command.
we still fit the Praetor in, do you think? Looks like we might be able to.
Fixing course.
Bit overkill probably, but hey.
Cruiser here. Cruiser, standing by.
Our first battle is the Empire, ladies and gentlemen.
Your orders, sir. Heading for attack coordinates.
Well, that, I mean, Munificent's getting melted, isn't it?
Targeting at maximum firepower.
Yeah, so we've got, like, no fighters.
Sir, we need you to clear the area of all enemies. Ready for attack orders.
I suppose maybe I should consider researching that tech that allows Dreadnoughts to have, like, fighter racks on them.
As you wish, Commander.
Considering I have a lot of them now. Same with Carracks, actually. I think they get fighters if you research fighter racks. I think it's like 10 grand. There's a lot of credits, but maybe it's worth it.
Cruiser ready for
All
combat.
Carracks to focus fire on this
The
thing.
war is ours.
I don't know how quickly they can take it out. Just a bunch of Carracks, you know.
Cannons charged.
Interesting exercise here. Oh my god, there's there's a Munificent in the way. Okay. I was a bit confused. I was like, how did that thing get its shields back up?
We'll crush those scum. The enemy has secondary reinforcements on the way. Ready to commence. Separatists are jamming our sensors.
So yeah, man, those Carracks are doing a decent job of taking that Providence apart. I'm actually a little impressed.
We've got a hull breach. All hands, abandon ship.
I think they might be getting some help from this,
Ready to update
to be
orders.
fair, but
Awaiting your orders, sir.
I'm deliberately leaving this in the back here in case you're wondering. I'm kind of deliberately leaving that in the back here because I just want to see what this is capable of as a fleet. Lots of Carracks, lots of Dreadnoughts. I kind of want to see how that actually stacks up against the enemy, and so far it seems to stack up pretty well, is the answer. There we go, point defense taking out all those missiles. Good. Lovely, lovely. Switch the Carracks to shoot these little ships. Yeah, wow, look at that. Guys, what can I say? Don't sleep on Carracks. They're a really good little ship in Fall of the Republic, as it turns out. Presumably, they're probably quite good in Thrawn's Revenge as well, since a lot of the unit stats are shared between those two mods. I don't know. I don't really play the Imperial factions very much in Thrawn's Revenge. I've played it a few times over the years, and mostly it tends to be New Republic. I played as Thrawn once, but it wasn't actually like Thrawn, Imperial Thrawn. I was playing as Empire of the Hand, which is a weird expanded universe faction that I just decided to have a go at once because I thought it might be something a bit different, and it was pretty cool. I didn't even have to deploy the damn interdiction mines in the end, did I? I'll do it anyway, just to be on the safe side. Alright, Mr. Praetor.
Locking on target.
Make your way through here and just get rid of their star bases. Did we lose any Dreadnoughts in the end?
Ready to commence.
This one took a bit of a beating, but his shields are coming back up, so looks like he's alright. Well, well, well. I wouldn't have expected a Dreadnought and Carrack fleet like that to punch quite so above its weight as it did, but here we are. I mean, I know this thing, he was in the back doing a bit of firing and a bit of support there for a while, but I don't know how much of an impact it really had, actually. I kind of feel like it didn't. Most of the time it was slightly out of range.
We're depleting the separatists. Awaiting your orders, sir. Consider it history. I'm taking casualties.
I probably lost quite a few Corvettes, I usually do. Only had the one repair pelter in the middle here, and it's, as you can see, it doesn't cover quite all of them, so... Look at this thing in flames.
Ready for
Yeah, the
attack
Dreadnought's a decent tanky ship as well. 2200 hull, 22,000 shields. No, 2200 shields. And it comes with what really got my attention with the Dreadnought when I was looking at the unit stat cards was the fact that it has two heavy dual turbo lasers and a pair of medium ion cannons, which is, you know, two heavy dual turbo lasers, nothing to sniff at.
Destroyer holding. Vectoring now.
I mean, heavy turbo lasers. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but they don't appear that often, really. I mean, you got heavy quads on the Praetor. The Carracks have heavy ones as well, but like I don't know how many heavy turbo lasers are actually on the main, what you'd think of as the main capital ships, like the Victories and the Venators.
Heading for attack coordinates.
Cruiser, standing by.
Ready. We're depleting the Separators' reinforcements. Destroy 'em.
Bit of cinematic cam here. Well, not really, but unit cam, sort of similar thing. Dreadnoughts and Carracks are not the sexiest ships, are they? They're not what you'd call really iconic Star Wars ships, but turns out they're pretty decent in the mod. Feels weird and wrong somehow not using a bunch of triangles, but apparently triangles may be slightly overrated. I mean, they're not really, it's just, I think it's more that these are underrated. There we go. The carrier variant you get when you upgrade the PDF Dreadnoughts is not bad either, actually. Yeah, we lost a single Carrack in all of that. I'm actually kind of stunned. I figured I'd at least lose a bunch of Corvettes as well. Alright, Vader!
Bring her around.
Yes.
Chop chop, sir. Alright, yes, Tarkin is inbound to Contrum. Hopefully he'll arrive before the enemy does. We're still building our army over here. We're still building ships over here. Let's send you to Kashyyyk, shall we? Alright, we've arrived at Contrum ahead of the enemy. Are they still going to attack is the question. We could get over to Roche Asteroids and give them something to think about over here. Roche Asteroids, you don't even need a ground army to take it either, actually. You can just march on in there and it's yours. That would be taking us a bit out of the way, though, wouldn't it? What do they have there? Yeah, nothing Tarkin can't deal with. What we need to know is what's on Bimisari, I think, really, don't we? Let's get a probe droid, and let's see. Carracks and Dreadnought heavy cruisers with external racks for additional fighters. You know what? Fine.
Researching.
Not here, though. I'll research it somewhere else. Oh, there we go. But we'll do that. I'll drop 10 grand on significantly upgrading Peleon's horde of Carracks and Dreadnoughts. I assume it'll give us TIE fighters, but I don't actually know. The icon is a TIE fighter, obviously, but
Destroyer reporting.
Destroyer reporting. Hello, sir.
Calculating jump to light speed.
Quad drive yards is finished. A Secutor! Excellent! Hello, Secutor. It's a little goofy looking. But, let's see. Yeah, 9,660 hull, 8,500 shields, 3 heavy dual turbo lasers, 12 medium quads, 3 light quads, 3 heavy dual ion cannons, 14 light dual laser cannons, 6 light proton torpedoes, a massive carrier. Yeah, this is the thing. It has like 10 maximum fighter squadrons, 8 maximum bomber squadrons. A massive carrier design that shares features with its Venator and Maelstrom predecessors. It's fast for its size, well armed, and carries several times the fighter complement of most other capitals. It was designed late in the Clone Wars, but only officially used by the Empire and its splinter factions. Well, we've managed to stick to that little bit of canon, haven't we? It's best used as a flagship for fleet groups seeking additional fighter superiority and firepower. Don't mind a bit of fighter superiority. I don't mind saying. Let's have you join up with Tarkin's death ball. Oh, please, game, let me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The fleet is about to invade Bothawai. Really? That's annoying. I don't really have anything I can use to deal with that.
Training troops.
Better quickly train some ground troops, huh? At least we've got planetary shields. We won't have time to build base defenses. Yeah, that's kind of annoying. Ah, Vader has arrived. Excellent. Shall we begin?
Invasion commencing.
Lord Vader has arrived. Alright, clones.
Building started. Choose your reinforcements.
Nobody told me it was gonna be this easy.
He still has Anakin's voice line. Okay. That's I didn't expect that. Okay. At least he sounds like Vader once he's actually deployed. Should we bring in Cody? I'm kind of quietly ignoring the fact that Rex is here still.
Construction.
Let's bring in
Reinforcements en route.
Oh, my cat's just arrived, everybody. I'll bring in an arty piece. Bring in an ATT.
At maximum unit
There we go.
capacity.
Right. Yes, meow to you too. He wants his dinner. Alright, folks, this is a very interesting looking map, isn't it? Is it like are there like Jedi tombs here or something? Or possibly Sith ones? Either way, it makes sense for Vader to be here, I suppose. But folks, I need to pause the recording. I'll be right back. I gotta go deal with His Majesty over there, the Emperor. He wants his dinner. I'll be right back. Alright, now where were we? Right, that's better. You know, funnily enough, it actually helps if you put the microphone headset back on before unpausing the recording. That was very professional of me.
You presume too much.
Move out, everybody.
I find your lack of faith.
Vader, I shall assign you to Control Group 6. Look at him leading the guys. I can get the camera to play ball here for a second. Oh god, he does look a little goofy, I'm going to be honest, but still, it's kind of fun to see. A little weird to see him with Phase 1 clones, but I guess this version of the Empire has not been quite so ruthless in upgrading the clone troopers' armor.
Found something.
Sort of going by the...
Cover my approach.
taking a very Soviet approach, I think, and just using the old equipment until it breaks or it gets destroyed. So he's got Force Crush and Force Push.
As you wish. As the Emperor will.
Can we Force Crush this annoying dropship? No.
Base is under attack.
We have Cody as well, who can do sensor pings for us. Which helps. What's this over here?
What can I do?
The Sand People are on our side? Really? These aren't. No, they're not Sand People. They look. Their thumbnail looked like Sand People, but they're not.
Can do. Right. Got it.
They'll send these little civilians to their deaths, as you do. There's Vader out. There he is.
They will join us or die.
You guys head that way.
You may dispense.
Lord Vader.
Alert all command.
You can go this way. Ah, got some new units. The arty I clean forgot about, but it's doing its job.
What now?
Turn ready. Secure the zone.
I am ready. Follow and fire at will.
Does he do a little charge attack? He does. It's not quite as impressive as the regular Jedi one, but you know.
Bear your men.
Have a little bombing run, shall we? Vader chop up a bunch of B1s. So this This always confuses me because like it feels like the force push and force crush icons are the wrong way around.
You presume too much.
Surrounded by fear and dead droids today, apparently. Oh, there's the ion cannon. Yeah, you guys better take that out. How you doing, Vader? He's just, man, the dude's like invincible. That turret's been sat there shooting him for ages.
We've secured a landing
As you
zone.
wish. As the Emperor wills. All to
Let's bring in something new, shall we? Let's bring in some of these things. Some little ATST prototypes.
what is it?
Ready.
Oh, for a minute there, I thought I could use these speeders. No, they're just scenery. Set dressing, if you like.
At your service. Moving ahead.
Found something.
But I have to admit, I was getting a little bit tired of the campaign, as you guys have no doubt been able to tell, but
1, 2, 3.
What is your direction?
becoming the Empire has somewhat revitalized my enthusiasm a little bit, actually. It was just given us just a little bit of a shake-up that I think we needed to keep life interesting.
They will join us
And
or die.
Vader is delightfully OP. This I do enjoy.
With the pleasantries.
Did you destroy the ion cannon yet? No, you're still working on it. I was kind of like, why can't we do an orbital strike? Sitting here waiting to do an orbital strike on their base, and it's taking ages.
Now you will know true suffering.
There we go, finally.
What now?
Ready to go. Maintain pile.
I am ready.
Have the Separatists still got this? For fuck's sake. Alright, Vader, get over there and deal with it.
Yes. Heading out, sir. Feeling fine. Let's go. Loners don't survive long.
Unfortunately, we do still have the red sort of faction flashes on a lot of our stuff. You have probably noticed that in the space battles. I think that's a hard-coded problem that there's no easy way to get around it. It'd be nice if we repainted everything in Imperial Battleship grey, but I don't think there's a way for the mod to actually do that, so we'll be in Republic red for the duration. There we go. No losses at all.
System control achieved.
I'm gonna do a thing here. I'm gonna take Rex. I'm gonna just send him to the arse end of nowhere. I tell you what, I'll send him back to Camino.
Yes, General.
Just so he's out of the way. So I don't have to look at him anymore. Because he really shouldn't be still available when we're at the Imperials. I better leave them there until Separatist control's removed. Meanwhile, it feels to me like the AI has changed its mind about attacking Contrum, but I think I'm going to send Tarkin in to take out Roche asteroids. I'm not necessarily interested in keeping the place, but I would like to just eviscerate that little fleet they've built up there. We also need
Vehicle
more
in
probe droids.
production.
Yes, indeed we do. In fact, we've got one here that needs to go up there and take a look at Bimisari. Enemy fleet's bound to invade Bothwell. Oh, they're still doing that, huh? Oh, hello. Yes. Yeah, not what I can do about that. We'll just have to fight the ground battle, won't we? Relatively confident we can get away with that, but the Venators ready. Send it over that way. Tarkin, go over there and destroy Roche asteroids, please. Give them something to think about.
Yes, General.
Okay. Was that the sound of our droid being built? It was. I'd like eyes on Balamek, please. Oh dear. Another big pause. That's a little unfortunate. Alright, be right back, folks. Okay. The pause is done, and the battle begins. So what do they have? Oh, they were moving ground troops in, were they? Oh, it'd be a shame if something happened to them, wouldn't it? Ooh, Secutor. Costs, let's see, what does it cost PopCap-wise? 50. It's a bit less than a Praetor. That makes sense, because it's nowhere near as tough as a Praetor. I mean, goddamn. That thing has like 30,000 hull and shields. Still, let's play with some Imperial ships, shall we? I think we should. Sounds like fun to me. Let's do it. Kill a few more enemy dreadnoughts and another Lucas Hulk. In fact, it's a fancy special tactical droid Lucas Hulk, this one. Here we go. Ugh, not the prettiest battle map, is it, Roche Asteroids?
Choose your reinforcements.
But who heckin' cares? I'll leave one Pelter in reserve, I think.
I copy that. This is it. Right, sir. Woohoo! I copy that. This is it.
In comes the Corvette
Right,
blob.
sir.
Right, Tarkin,
You will find
at the back,
efficiency
please.
here to be at its peak, thanks.
The Secutor. Here it is.
Awaiting new directive.
Let's bring in a Tector as well.
Destroyer coming about.
Praetor.
Proton bombs in the ship.
All of the triangles, people.
Moving into position.
All of the triangles.
Woohoo!
Alright, let's have some fun.
Ready to update orders. Adjusting course.
No need to worry. The
Should
planet
theoretically be getting a lot of fighters from the Secutor, so there it is. Can't get a good look at it with this camera mode, unfortunately, but there it is. It does kind of, as described, look a little bit like a Venator that's just desperately needs to go on a diet. It does look kind of cool though. I'll be honest. I actually do kind of like it. As you get used to the sort of slightly different dimensions, I do think it's kind of cool. What are those things?
Skip Ray reporting.
Skip rays, alright. Oh, the TIE's going past as well. Oh, it's so Empire, it hurts. I do think it's cool, though. I think it's a cool ship. It has a very Ralph McQuarrie look about it. Like, it definitely wouldn't surprise me if this thing was based on a piece of Ralph McQuarrie concept art that wasn't actually used in the main films.
You expect
It has that vibe.
We can't let them escape.
Oh, actually, speaking of not letting people escape, let's make sure they don't.
I'm on them.
Are you gonna point defense those away? Apparently not. A little disappointed by that, guys.
What's the order? Woohoo! I copy that.
You're just not quite far enough ahead of the main group. Hello, my cat's just jumped on the back of my chair. If you heard a thud, that's probably what it was.
What is it, sir?
And he's monkeying around on the desk trying to drink paint water. Why, dude? I have a mug of water on my desk that I used to clean paintbrushes with, and yeah, he's just, yeah, deciding he wants to drink some of that. Don't drink that either. That's my drink, you little critter. Trying to direct a space battle here, you little monster. Not messing around.
Where'd he go?
Command? There's too many of them. You have our full attention. Charging generator.
Nowhere to run.
Oh, my Corvettes have got way ahead of the
Standing by. What's the order?
way ahead of the pelters. Well, I'm dealing with the cat with one hand, playing the game with the other.
Emergency frequency open.
It's all going a bit Pete Tong as a result.
Ready to move out, sir. Destroyer ready.
Falling out of
Loading
formation.
ordnance. Enemy starfighters coming in fast.
Kind of looks like one of the Luca Hulk freighters. Yeah, I think it is. It's one of the converted freighters. It doesn't have nearly as many guns.
Formation.
Destroyer holding. We'll win this.
Can anyone else see him? Where are you?
Reinforcements. Get behind them.
Let me bring in another Corvette.
What is it, sir? I copy that. Ready to fire.
Alright then, Mr. Secutor.
Attack formation.
Shoot him down!
Have them now.
Tector versus Providence. I feel like the Tector ought to win that.
Destroyer at station keeping.
I got fighters on me.
Locking on
Get
target.
over here and help.
Cruiser, standing
I'm
by.
under attack.
The war is ours. We'll take the fight to them.
They've got us targeted.
We have
Where are my
discovered a
fighters at?
traitor in our midst.
Perhaps if you hit them from long range with your
Regroup for another.
How's Tarkin doing? Is he alright at the back there? Yeah, he's good.
ready.
Eliminating target. Coming around.
Alright, the Secutor's taken the worst beating of the lot, but he's still doing relatively okay.
This is it.
Target locked.
Awaiting a command.
He's busy dealing with his opposite number here, this other carrier.
Ready for action. We'll wipe them out.
Craft. Taking fire.
Cruiser ready for combat.
Micro, my guys are shooting at here to kill this thing faster.
Destroyer standing by.
I've got them in my sights.
Ready to update orders. We'll beach them.
Oh, thanks for that, cat. He's just knocking things off my desk now, out of protest. That sound you may have heard was a spoon hitting the floor.
Reinforcements have arrived. Enemy starfighters coming in fast. This is it. Right, sir. Woohoo! You've got one on you. I copy.
Is that enemy transport in the middle of all this? It is.
Nowhere to run.
Ready.
Oh, the Secutor's getting boned here. I do not appreciate that.
Without
Falling out of formation.
Destroyer ready to set sail.
Tector's doing just fine.
Draw their fire. Attack formation.
Bring in another Carrack. Oh, don't die, little pelter. You're gonna die, aren't you? But the other one's desperately trying to heal you.
Training weapons on target.
at your discretion. Engaging with maximum
Should really be,
force.
yeah, should target these Munificents. They have pretty good guns on them, those things.
What's the order? Right, sir. Destroyer ready.
There goes their Luca Hulk.
Getting alarmed.
Destroyer captain here. Target locked.
Intercepting.
Okay, yeah, the Corvette's taken out those incoming missiles from the Providence, which is very, very good.
Destroyer holding. Decoding transmission.
Good shooting, sir.
Excellent shot.
Awaiting
Get
assignment.
behind them.
Weapon power at full. Destroyer at station
I have
keeping.
them now.
We'll level them.
I'd like to get through this without losing a capital ship.
I got one.
Ideally.
Destroy them. Take cover.
Cruiser standing by.
Sir, enemy reinforcements have just appeared on long range combat.
Ooh, Tector's getting a bruising now. That's not good.
Ready. Loading
Taking
ordnance.
fire.
Please kill these things faster.
Commander, they're hitting us.
We'll win this.
Oh god, the Secutor. Oh, we need to retreat. We're getting out of here.
Preparing for jump to light speed.
While everyone's still got engines intact. Oh, this better. You better get out of here, Secutor. If we've got some bullshit here because your engines are.
Nowhere to run.
Okay, I think we're all. Looks like we're all getting out of here. Okay, good. Yeah, no, that was the right call there. It's annoying, but all we lost was a Carrack and 7 Corellian Corvettes in the end versus all of that. There ought to be a dead Lucahawk character there, but... Oh, maybe it's listed as tactical droid here. Anyway, I think we achieved all we set out to do there, actually, if I'm honest. I didn't want to take Roche asteroids, I just wanted to kill a bunch of enemy ships. And we did. They've got 1 Dreadnought left and 5 Codovexes. Problem is, what they also had was a huge ball of fighters that were slowly taking my Secutor to pieces. So... Alright, how's Boz Pity looking? Taxes... Well, no, Senate Office, Tax Collection Agency, you know, the usual. The probe droid's inbound to take a look at Bimisari, and if I like what I see, I think I'll send Pelion over there to go take it. Pretty much immediately. Tarkin has sensibly made his way across this gap here, actually, instead of going back to Contrum, which is nice. That's pretty much what I wanted him to do. Good. I could, and possibly should, get Zinj to go on the offensive as well, really.
Constructing
Let's get another couple of probe droids before we do that, though. The last time I looked, Corsin was looking pretty vulnerable, but that may have changed. Okay, we've got another look at Balamac. 29. This is ridiculous. They're building them faster than I can destroy them. Okay, nice. Bimisari's looking super vulnerable. Let's go take it. Let's go do it.
Let's crush those scum.
Yes, let's do it. Let's crush these separatist scum. It's good being the bad guys sometimes, you know. Feels good to be bad. Okay, what are we dealing with here? Nothing terribly scary.
It won't be long now, sir.
Frigate on the move. Understood? Moving up.
Right, sir. Woohoo! I copy that. This is it. Right, sir. Woohoo!
Calculating jump to light speed. Preparing for hyperspace jump.
Setting sail as you command.
Reinforcements cancelled.
Didn't actually want to cancel my reinforcements, but never mind.
Closing on the target. On my way, Commander.
Accelerating now. Moving into positions on your command. Setting a course.
Bring in the
Copy
carrots.
that. This is it. Right, sir. Woohoo!
Oh, ho, hell no. Hell no.
that.
No.
This is it. Right,
Give you a little Corvette screen there, shall we, mate?
Take the shot now.
Standing by.
I'm transmitting the coordinates to you now. There could be trouble.
Ah, this thing is toast.
You've got a fighter on your tail.
It's a nice view, isn't it? It's a nice view.
That's the way it's done.
To eviscerate that Conovex.
There's too many of them. We've cut off the enemy's reinforcements. Retreat. We've sabotaged their vehicle.
State your request.
Sir, holding position.
I could send the fighters after this space station. Why not?
Stop them.
Point defense doing its thing. Nice to see.
We've got fighters.
So I could
As you wish, Commander. Consider it history.
Bring in some dreadnoughts over on this side to take out their space stations.
Your orders, sir. Ready for attack orders.
Guys, go ahead and attack that.
At your command.
Target at maximum firepower.
Ready to commence. As you wish, Commander.
Cruiser ready for combat.
Brilliant gunship. On stick.
Awaiting your command.
Yes, Admiral. Cruising speed. Carriers apart. We need you to take them out. Awaiting your
Yeah, I do
orders,
forget
sir.
sometimes you have to deploy these side on really to get the most out of them.
Attack orders.
They are broadside ships.
My hull is critical. At your command. Ready to commence. Targeting at maximum firepower. That takes care of that one.
Fighters have done a good job on the Golan platform. Well done them. It's weird to see Republic... sorry, I mean Empire fighters. Slip there.
Ready for attack
It's weird to see Empire fighters getting anything done, really, but there it is. It's sort of, interesting, isn't it? I don't really know what the justification for it was in the actual expanded universe, but you know, the whole TIE fighter thing, where you got like these crappy starfighters that are just mass produced, so you've got like bajillions of them, you know. You know, that's essentially what TIE fighters have become in their lore, as far as I'm aware. You know, they're essentially just
Cannons charged.
cheap, crappy starfighters that the Empire just spams out like crazy. It's easy to see in this campaign why they might think that that's a good idea, because we're witnessing what droid fighter spam on a regular basis here is capable of doing, which is, you know, making your life a misery. So it's easy to see why, you know, the Empire might decide, well, our response to that will be to produce hundreds of thousands of incredibly cheap, easily manufactured TIE fighters to counter that, you know, to try and keep up in terms of numbers.
Ready to commence. Consider it history.
It's nice when, you know, things sort of, when the narrative kind of works out like that, you know? Beautiful, no losses at all. Took out a trade port as well, which is also nice. Alright, Vader.
That is the system.
Do your thing. Bospitty's looking a little vulnerable right now, and I kind of don't like that, honestly, but whatever. Where they go over here? They're still moving more stuff in, aren't they?
Tactical battle imminent.
Ah, right. Okay, we've got this to deal with now. Been a while since I had to defend Bothwell. It doesn't look like a particularly huge attacking force. On the bright side. I hope they haven't put my planetary shield generator in a dumb place. Yes, they have! Oh, good.
Now we're talking. Showing position. Wired up, hold fire ready. Turret ready. Heavy guns operational. I'm a holding up. With you, trooper. I've got you.
I've attacked this place a fair few times, but defending it, that happens less often. Ah, we're exterminating the Bothans. Very good. Just nipping that in the bud right away. God.
Beginning construction.
War crimes, everybody! Get your war crimes! War crimes over here!
Let's go. Move it. Here we go. Stay small. Move fast.
Move you guys up this way.
Got point. Have the good part.
You do not need to be on take cover mode, just move.
Shield up. Control the zone.
We were just
Ready when you are.
You know what, while you're at it, secure me some of these points so we can defend this a bit better in the future.
Base is under attack. Turret constructing.
Stay with me, all right?
Turret constructing.
They're gonna wrap up here first.
Right, now you can go in cover mode.
Turret constructing.
Ready for flash fire.
Yeah, and you might as well finish killing the rest of the Bothans. God. Oh dear. Oh wait, no, you shouldn't be in there. You're useless in there. You're medics. You should be over here.
Construction complete.
Ready when you are. That's like it.
Turret constructing.
1, 2, 3.
Turret constructing.
8 and 5.
And they're retreating. Lovely. Yeah, both always relatively easy to defend, I'm glad to say. When you've got the troops to do it anyway, when you're not boxed into the corner.
Squad stands together.
Okay. Zoom on down to the surface here and let's rejig this to be a slightly less ridiculously stupid. There we go, that's better. Redistribute the clones a little bit so they make a bit more sense. Yeah, that's better. That's much more sensible. Here you go, Rex. You can go sit on Camino. You're retired now, buddy. Right. Ah, lovely.
I copy.
Extra Praetor done. Have I ever bothered to deploy 2 Praetors at the same time? I can't remember if I have. I think I must have done at some point in the past. Alright, folks, since the game is going to be a laggy bastard again, I will be back momentarily. Okay. Lag spikes dealt with. I've queued up more army recruitment in between this clip and the last one. Queued up more army recruitment over here. Still building ourselves an army worthy of Mordor over here on Coruscant. It's going to accompany Zinj, I think. She strikes out in this direction. We've got probe droids inbound to Kailura and Coruscant to check those places out. Vader is in orbit over Bimisari, ready to land and do some damage, and that's exactly what we're about to do. And I believe the new Praetor is still inbound. Yep, still inbound to meet up with Tarkin. And the Praetor we were building on Deconomoidia will be done soon as well. The Quat one got done a lot faster, obviously, because we have a labour camp down there now. So, tragically, we can only have 1 labour camp per planet, as far as I can tell, so I can't just stack up a bunch of them, along with some infrastructure to keep people happy, and then just really, really start charting out Praetors. As much as I wish it were... as much as I wish it was so, we cannot. Mind you, we'd run out of ship crews very quickly. In fact, I've already queued up another one, as you can see, and my ship crews are down to 49 again already, so yeah. More Victory 2s queued up here, more Venators queued up here. Still just pooping out ships. That's the technical term, pooping them out. Building our death ball to deal with that death ball, which is now up to 29 Providence Dreadnoughts. Oh god. Right. Let's attack Bimisari, shall we? Vader, please.
Invasion commencing.
Don't make me tell you twice. Why has it... okay then.
Defensive positions. Form a wall.
We're using the jug today, apparently.
Here's the part where I put all that Jedi training to good use.
It's so weird that he has Anakin's voice lines. Do we have any commandos? We do, actually.
Reinforcements en route.
Bring in some Imperial commandos.
Reinforcements
Artie in the back.
en route.
Fine job.
Stupid friggin' juggernaut. I don't... Goddamn liability, that thing.
Under construction.
Come on then.
Do not
At least we have a Vader.
Support ready. Turret set.
Yes.
Just make you hotkey 5, make that hotkey 6.
Support fire ready.
Presume too much.
Right, let's get over here and start
Set your course.
Boom.
kicking
As
ass.
you wish.
I got points. Online.
Construction complete.
We're out, stay sharp. You and me.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
What do we got here?
As the Emperor wills.
Is this like a mercenary base thing? Yeah, mercenary outfitter. Sweet. What do we got here then?
Reporting.
Got some look like Trandoshans. Okay, got some Trandoshans. Come with me, guys. We need to get over here because we need to go take another reinforcement point. The building in here, what's that? Abandoned sensor array. I don't care about that quite so much.
Moving to secondary position.
Watch me. I got points.
Support order acknowledged.
Oh, hello.
Awaiting order.
Let's see if you deploy your sniper rifles. There we go.
Yes, sir. Moving out.
Sniper rifles do a fair bit of damage, actually. I was
Roger.
looking at the, you know, I've banged on in the past about how I wish this mod had a manual. In a way, it kind of sort of does. Through the campaign map side menus, you can get up a thing which has a lot of very detailed information about stuff like how much damage certain weapons do, etc. Go ahead and crush that, please. And sniper rifles, according to the thing there, they do a significant amount of damage. I mean, they're not quite as good as missiles, but, you know,
There they are.
they still pack a punch compared to regular blasters. Which is kind of like how they were in Republic Commando, honestly. You know, you wanted to kill a couple of B2s really quickly, you could just spaff all of your sniper ammo on them.
Building started.
All too easy.
Awaiting orders.
Right, let's make sure we capture this.
Turret constructing.
And yes, let's bring in Cody, shall we?
Coordinates received.
A5 Juggernaut? Let's bring in the funky walkers. I like them, they're cool.
You may dispense with the present.
Construction complete.
What up, Cody?
Y-wing standing by.
Sensors show a squadron of enemy starfighters.
Bring in the Imperial Y-Wings. Now that's just weird. Oh, they're retreating. Am I going to get a chance to bomb their ion cannon first? Looks like I am. How you doing, Vader? Oh, they had a tactical droid in the tank. I didn't realize that was a thing you could get. That's kind of cool.
Control achieved.
Alright, Bimbisari is ours.
Beginning construction.
I've run out of credits. I can't build a tax collection agency. That's a little embarrassing. Never mind.
Enemy fleet approaching.
Okay, enemy fleet is approaching, but it doesn't say where. Awkward. Oh, hello. There's a subjugator. What do they have at Corson then? They have that. Alright. Do you know what? I smell an opportunity to get rid of a subjugator. I reckon we could take a subjugator with what we've got here.
Enemy fleet approaching. We shall not fail you.
All stands together.
Keep saying enemy fleet approaching. It's not telling me where from. Are they headed to Boz Pity? Where are they going? It just doesn't say. I'd love to know where they're approaching from. Week's going to tick over in a second, then I'll have the money I need to build some grand buildings and things. There we go. Tax collection agency. Can't build a barracks. It's kind of weird. What I do need on the probe droid. I want to have a look at Seleucami. I'd like to have a look-see. Right, is it still just those there? Okay. Singe, off you go.
Squad stands together.
See if you can do this. It looks like a Lucahulk battleship, I think, and a subjugator. So, not an easy target by any stretch of the imagination, but they are very isolated. I'm kind of wondering maybe if I can get something done with fighters here. The Lucahulk, unfortunately, has a lot of laser cannons, I think. This thing is relatively vulnerable, though.
Choose your reinforcements.
Right, Zinj,
Heading out.
you can go in the corner there. You don't have a... Oh, you do have some Venators.
On our way. Course laid in. Changing bearing. Course plotted. Cruising speed. Copy. Full throttle.
All the Venators.
Anchors away.
Just going to deploy the lot.
Woohoo! I copy that. This is
Got a
it.
screen of
Right,
corvettes.
sir. Woohoo! I copy that. This is it. Unit capacity.
I'm going to just basically try and deploy all their fighters and go after one of these guys. Have a go at fighter spamming.
I am waiting.
This is Bravo 4.
Alright guys, go.
The
Go, go,
reinforcements
go.
have arrived.
Try and take down that subjugator. You have your mission. Wish the camera wasn't so screwed up when you're on the fighters.
What is it, sir?
Oh,
Standing by.
you can get back over there. Almost forgot about you.
Sir.
Break off some of the V-wings to deal with you, I think.
Ow! Was it something I said? Enemy sides. Check your fire. After him. Designated target destroyed. Good shot. Ready yourself. After him. Sir, we need you to clear the area of all enemies. Designated target destroyed. Knock it off. The reinforcements have been cut off.
This is interceptor fighters being comically ineffective, as we've discussed in previous episodes. Oh boy, here comes the incoming wave of ordnance. Yeah, we've already put a chunk of damage into its shields.
Sir, multiple enemy squads heading towards us.
It does seem annoyingly nimble, this thing, isn't it? Doesn't it? It seems to be able to change direction like surprisingly quickly, and then therefore potentially
Cannot do that.
escape a lot of the incoming bombs.
Our hull is near critical. Shields are down. It's about to blow.
Luckily, the bombs don't need to hit a specific target to damage its shields, so... Alright, shields are out.
Sir, we've reached the base perimeter, sir. We're going to need you to hold them off. The squadron's at half
Go for its ion cannons.
all around us.
Ion pulse cannons.
Great shooting, trooper. They're losing reinforcements. Sensors show a squadron of enemy starfighters heading toward us. Provide cover. The operation has failed. Watch your side. Now that's how it's done, sir. We've searched the site.
So much damage we can do to this thing, man. It's looking promising so far.
Enemy starfighters coming in fast. The
Should we kill its engines?
reinforcements have arrived.
I think we should definitely kill its engines, actually. Now that I sit here and think about it. Go for its engines, everybody.
She's done for.
Slow this thing down.
Reinforcements are taking casualties. Defeat is imminent. We're depleting the separatists.
Also ensure it can't retreat, I suppose.
Take it down.
Alright.
What do you wish?
Second wave, come on.
We can't let them escape. Clear the area. We should clear the area.
And you're just trying to go after it with little itty-bitty laser cannons, aren't you? It's taken a hot minute to accomplish anything.
We're taking heavy fire. I can't shake this fire. Sir, our concentrated fire seems to be having an
Come
effect.
on.
Reinforcements. Defeat is imminent.
It is about time.
We're all set here, Commander. Clear the area. Got a vulture on your tail. Cannot do their job without our protection. I'm taking fire. Sir, this is First Squadron. We're in pretty bad shape out here.
So we can take out these light tool turbo laser batteries with all of your
Critical.
ordnance.
My shields are gone. It's taking serious damage. I can't hold it.
Do some damage with the space bombs on your way in.
We have to pull out.
Then head over to the back here and attack the engines.
Sir, enemy starfighters coming in fast. Good shooting, sir. You've got
Ready.
one on you. They're not so tough. I'm pulling out. You can't take us all down. Tearing us apart. We need you to take them out. Sir, this is First Squadron. We're in pretty bad shape out here. Sir, we've lost a squad mate. Cannot do their job without our protection.
Alright, well, that's made some progress. Go after these engines as well. I think that's the last engines they've got.
You're leaving the battlefield.
There's too many of them.
There we go, its engines are toast.
Sabotaged our vehicle.
Awaiting your command.
Yes, sir.
Defeat is imminent.
We failed. Stop that.
They're getting awfully close to us. They're starting to hit some of the capital ships. It might be time to leave. I think the subjugator has permanent damage, a bit like the Mandator. So this won't be a wasted effort if we leave now, I don't think.
Losing reinforcements. Their missiles will tear us apart. We're being overwhelmed. We must turn back. What's the order?
Might as well get you guys over here to intercept any incoming missiles, I suppose.
Get us out of here. They're everywhere. We're being overwhelmed. We have to pull out. We failed.
What is my next objective?
We've lost you on the Centaur.
Focusing on this thing.
We'll hold this.
Leaving the battlefield. We're depleting the separatist reinforcements.
There's Venator's toast. As are the corvettes that were screening it.
The operation has failed. We failed. Sir, enemy reinforcements have just appeared on long-range missiles. Reinforcements arrived. Sir. They won't hold up much longer. I copy that.
System is down.
Tearing us apart. We need you to take them out. It's about to blow.
We need support pelters. Try and heal up the corvettes a bit. Oh, space bombs incoming. Got this thing down to red health.
Reinforcements have arrived. Engines idling. I'm out of control. All power converting to weapon. We have to
Alright,
pull
Venator's
out.
just
They won't hold up
use
much
your
longer.
guns
I thought those were against the rules.
to try and finish this thing.
Take care of that one. It's about to blow.
They're jamming
Oh
out
my
there.
god.
We're being overwhelmed.
Am I actually... Is this actually... I don't... Okay, I think we're alright. For a second there, I thought that I wasn't able to hit one of the hard points on the subjugator because this stupid thing was shielding it.
You've got one on you. We're being overwhelmed.
Enemy forces.
Our hull is near critical. Cannot do their job without our protection.
It's nearly dead.
Being overwhelmed. Bail out. I repeat.
Oh boy.
Bail out.
These Venators not looking healthy, are they?
We're depleting the separatist.
Come on, just kill this and then we'll retreat.
Their reinforcements are taking casualties.
There it is.
Their reinforcements have been cut off.
to light speed.
Our lasers are down.
Near critical.
Please don't shield. Kill the engines. Oh no, you're killing the engines, you bastards!
Sir, this is First Squadron. We're in pretty bad shape out here.
Alright, what did we lose? 2 Venators and 11 corvettes for a subjugator. Alright, that's probably worth it. Alright.
Destroyer here.
Right, what does your flute look like? Not terrible. Go back and have another go. Oh, I think they might have actually moved it out. It's gone.
Research complete.
They've moved the battleship away. All right.
Tactical battle.
Oh yeah. All right, we're gonna kill the space station, I guess. Shame you can't just immediately retreat, but never mind. There's a space station out there. It is.
Choose your reinforcements.
Tector?
What is our next move?
Calculating jump to light speed.
Let's get a very imperial-looking fleet here, shall we?
Preparing for hyperspace jump. Preparing for hyperspace jump.
Closing on the target. On my way, Commander. This is it. Right, sir. Woohoo!
Pelted frigate moving in.
Yeah, some anti-fighter pelters. Oh boy! Halt! Wait. No, it's fine if they retreat. That's okay. That's totally acceptable. I'm alright with that. You're allowed to retreat from this battle. The mighty Tector. Well, that's a bit of havoc caused, if nothing else. Our elusive target has slipped away, though. Sometimes it's not a bad idea to go on the attack, even if you're just destroying space stations. That's Corson looking over here. I reckon we can take that. Off he goes, Inge.
All combat personnel standing by.
Right.
Preparing for hyperspace
More
jump.
ships for the Tarkin Death Blob. We're going to have to send the Death Blob in eventually. Still recruiting more army stuff, aren't we? Good. Arguably I should be recruiting all my clones on Camino, because they're so much cheaper there, but it's much further away.
Tactical battle imminent.
Okay then. They have received some reinforcements. A lot of ground units that's nice to intercept, of course, but let's see, they've got a Lucahulk battleship, 5 Kolivexes, a piddling little mini Providence, a little tiny Munifex, 3 Providence Dreadnoughts, that's the big thing. A Rakusan Dreadnought as well, although, yeah, I don't really care about Rakusan Dreadnoughts quite so much, they're kind of fragile. You do have that ultra-heavy turbo laser, of course, but, yeah, more worried about the Providences. Really? We can give this a go. I'll probably take more casualties than I was really hoping to, though. But killing another 3 Providence Dreadnoughts would not be bad. The backbone of the enemy's fleet at the moment is the Providence Dreadnought, and the more of them we can kill, the better, really. Alright. What are they going to get from this thing? Few extra diamond cruisers and missile ships, I guess. Yeah, no, nothing crazy. That's a beast, though, that battleship. Doesn't have nearly as many fighters, though. It's the trade-off. Doesn't really matter, though, because the Providence Dreadnoughts will be providing the fighters.
On my way.
Yes, sir.
Frigate on the move.
Oh, for pity's sake. Oh, that's just what I needed.
I copy that. This is it. Right, sir.
Shouldn't have brought in the
Woohoo!
Tector first, I guess.
Copy that. This is it. Right, sir.
Yes, sir. Pelter responding. Who needs fixin'? Frigate on the move. Yes, sir. Who needs fixin'? Pelter frigate.
Alright, that should provide us with plenty anti-fighter. That's some Carracks.
Accelerating now. Moving into positions on your command. Setting a course.
Dot those in there as well.
Preparing for hyperspace jump. Preparing for hyperspace jump. Preparing for hyperspace jump.
Alright, that's our fleet, everybody. That's what we're working with.
Cruiser ready for combat. Moving into positions on your command.
Move these up a bit.
Awaiting commands. With pleasure, sir.
Just need to get us away from Zinj, honestly. Run away from the Admiral!
Cruiser here.
No, I just don't want to put her in danger, you know.
Cruiser, standing by. Cruiser ready for combat. Moving into positions on your command.
Do you have a plan?
I'm transmitting the coordinates to you now.
I don't think we have a lot in the way of bombers, do we? It's mostly defensive fighters, so...
Weapons locking on.
Commander,
Receiving.
I copy. Awaiting your orders. Awaiting your command. Maximum power to shields.
Ouch.
Draw their
Don't need that in my life. Go kill those.
One kill.
You got the captain.
Fighter, on your tail.
Copy that, sir.
Take the shot now.
Okay, yeah, the missile batteries on these things are also a problem, which is part of the reason why I've deployed this here.
Attack formation. I've got them in my sights. I'm losing.
That's the way it's done. Ready for action. We're closing on the target. You got him.
Reporting in. We've got them on scopes. Commander, attacking target. Targeting at maximum firepower. Yes, sir.
Ugh, the Tector shields are not looking healthy. This kind of sucks.
Yes,
What are you two doing?
attacking target.
Tweedledum and Tweedledee over here. Just and you, what are you doing?
Scopes.
Just stop! Fucking hell!
Order confirmed.
Destroyer ready to set sail. We've got interceptors.
Coming back around.
We will secure victory. Getting a lock. Cruiser here. The war is ours. We'll take the fight to the
Carrick's focus on that.
Did you need to choose
Destroyer
us?
capture
Maximum
here.
power to shields.
Combat crew assembled. Bringing weapons to bear.
Go after the stragglers.
Maximum power to shields.
Start working this thing over.
Moving for maximum power.
We're going to need you to hold
Awaiting your orders.
Intercepting.
We've got them on scopes.
Cruiser standing by.
Kill that Colivex. Kill it!
Target locked.
Thank you.
Waiting for attack coordinates.
Oh look, here come the transports. I might be about to lose the Tector, but it's alright. We'll live.
Moving into positions on your command. Waiting command.
Might be, he says, as if it's anything but certain.
Standing by.
Star Destroyer reporting
You're facing the wrong way like a goddamn moron.
power to shields.
I'm on them. As you wish, Commander.
Commander, they're hitting us.
Ready for attack orders.
Oh boy, here come more Providence Dreadnoughts.
The iron cannons are offline. The lasers have been destroyed. Our primary
Oh,
engine
this is
system
starting to
out.
look costly. Yeah, this is not nice.
The lasers have been destroyed.
Battleship's ripping us a new one. We've almost got through its shields though.
Calculating jump to light.
Very sensitive. Please get us at your command.
Our engines are gone. Shields are down. Yes, Commander. Our shields are down. Yes, sir. Our lasers are destroyed. Our target priority is the laser cannons. They've taken out our launch bay.
Find which ones of these here are the turbo lasers. I think it's the ones on the grey ring in the middle, isn't it?
Ready to command.
Form up.
Don't think there should be fire coming from there.
Our target priority is the laser cannons. Calculating jump to light. Preparing for hyperspace jump. Preparing for hyperspace jump.
Consider it history.
Controls aren't responding.
Nowhere to run.
Commander, reporting in. Our
Okay,
primary
we've
engine
put the
system
hurt
is
on this
out.
thing's armament.
Star Destroyer reporting in.
To a fair extent, that Providence Dreadnought has just died.
Hold in.
Targeting at maximum
We've lost the
firepower.
iron cannons.
Oh, they have turbo laser batteries on the side there as well.
Primary engine system is
Okay.
down.
Well, it is the battleship version, that makes sense.
Heading to intercept. Closing on the target.
Some of these dreadnoughts.
Commander. As you wish, Commander.
Eliminating target.
They're beefy and they've got good guns, so let's use them.
Ready for attack orders. Cannons charged.
Providence is nearly done. Alright, it was getting pretty ropey there for a while, but
Destroyer reporting in. Roger that.
let's see if we can save these two somehow. But they're just gonna go in the completely the wrong direction. Jolly good.
Lasers are destroyed. The iron cannons are offline.
At your command. We'll crush those scum.
Our engines are gone, sir.
There goes one of them.
Direct fire on the engines.
Trying to micromanage these guys to shoot at different points
Our target priority.
so that we're chewing through all the hard points quicker.
Full stop.
It's difficult to actually do though. It's very time consuming. It's a shame that the AI doesn't by default spread its target when you click on the hull of it, like that. Yeah, well, I was about to then, never mind. When you click on the hull of it, it's a shame that all the guns target the same hard point instead of spreading their fire around. But never mind. Is what it is. Flee, little victory, flee! The rest of us will move on and take these out, I guess.
On my way, Commander.
I suppose I could.
Them in my sights.
Plotting flight plan.
There we go. Bring an Venator over here, I guess.
For another run.
This does not look good.
Delta class frigate at your service.
Leave the poor victory alone.
Moving out.
Falling out of formation.
You've got company. Ready for attack orders.
Intercepting.
Well, that's some more Providence Dreadnoughts and a Lucahawk battleship, no less.
Heading for attack coordinates.
Dealt with.
I'm
Glad
here.
to say.
Whatever it was they were looking for, it looks like they already found it.
My overall campaign plan is still pretty much the same as it was.
Should be destroyed shortly. Let's blow something up.
I want to take those particular planets I had in mind, and then we'll call it a day. It's looking a bit like it might take longer than I thought it would to do that, though.
Attack formation.
But I'm sure that's okay for some of you. For those of you watching this series and enjoying it, I'm sure you probably won't mind that much. You know, if the battles are challenging and interesting, which so far they have been, I guess I don't really mind quite so much, you know? I mean, we're getting into that sort of, you know, the enemies just spamming billions of Kolivex's territory. That was starting to suck. I was very much not enjoying that, but now they've actually started to build proper capital ships.
Plenty of supplies.
It's a lot more interesting.
Holding here.
We're seeing some subjugators, we're seeing a lot of Providence Dreadnoughts, you know. They're putting up a bit of a fight.
For the Chancellor. At your command.
Alright, that should be everything. What have they got left that's stopping the retreat? Is it... Have they got some stupid Gazantes or something? What's the problem here?
We've done it.
Oh. Oh, that's the problem.
Shot.
We've got secondary reinforcements standing by. Our backed up packs will choose your reinforcements. We've done it.
I see. Yes, they have some transport still here. Surprised they haven't tried to retreat, actually.
We'll deploy those
Let's make sure they don't.
Awaiting your orders, sir.
Get behind them.
Put it on speedy mode. There we go. There we are. Alright, so, let's see. We lost 5 Victory 2s, the Tector, a Pelter support ship, 3 regular Pelter frigates, a Dreadnought, 6 Corvettes, 4 Carracks. They lost an army, a Lucahawk battleship, but scattering of little ships. Seems to think they lost 2 Lucahawk battleships. That's weird. That can't be right. But they're 2 Lucahawk battleships the entire time, and I somehow didn't notice? That doesn't... What? How would I miss that? That doesn't... What? Never mind. I'm going to assume that's a glitch. And they lost 3 Providence Dreadnoughts. Yeah, I kind of lost a bit more than I wanted to there, but hey.
Reporting in.
Construction
Moving to that
Send
location.
you back to Yinshaw for now. And, yeah, we'll
Preparing for hyperspace.
send the next round of reinforcements your way. In fact, I should probably queue up some Corvettes, shouldn't I? There we go.
Constructing unit.
You're going to want some more of those, I have a feeling. Alright, well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a long one. Hour and 34 minutes, apparently. I hope you've enjoyed. We've taken... Ah, there you are. I'm going to do this before I forget. We've taken Bimisari and Boz Pity. We have dealt the enemy a series of blows in space combat. Kylura and Corsin, we've thus two pretty good victories there, thinning their numbers a bit. Distressingly, they do seem to be replacing these ships of theirs incredibly fast. Ah, hello! Now that can't be right. Well, no, it must be. It must be. They've moved their big fleet out of Balamak. That's concerning. Well, the only way it could have gone, unless it's about to attack Bimisari, in which case, oh god, Pelion, dude, get out of there. This is about to attack Bimisari. It must have gone via Roche asteroids and then out to somewhere else. That's a little concerning. Well, when we come back, folks, I think I'm going to be sending Tarkin to swoop in here and obliterate Balamak's orbit. And then we'll probably send Vader to go take the planet itself while we're at it. Unless they've sent it after Bothawai, maybe? I don't know. It's hard to say what's going on anymore. Whatevs. Anyway, folks. Tarkin's death blob. There it is, like 2 Praetors, the Mandate 2, Secutor, Tector. All of the toys. Zinja's the one that really needs more reinforcements at this point, isn't it? Isn't she, I think? She took a few casualties back there, but I think it was worth it. I feel like it was worth it, so... Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as the Emperor stares into your soul there from Dacre Nemoidia, I bid you farewell. Have a good one, everybody. I'll catch you next time. Toodaloo. Long live the Empire!